Good morning to all of you. Today is Sujata here for 8th standard. This is our last chapter from novel of this term. That is chapter number 10. Name of the chapter is Cartoon Keeps His Promise. As the title explained that Cartoon keeps his promise to do everything is right. When Sidney Carton left, he was unsure to do or what to do, where to go. Everything comes in his mind. For some reason, he decided to look for the cafe, which is related to Defarge on in Saint Antoine. What he hoped to find there? He was thinking that it was not certain. He found the shop easily. Inside Jacques 3, one of the men on the tribunal was standing at the corner talking to the Defarge with his wife. Carton took a seat and ordered something in French that Madame Defarge eyed the stranger. Here, English? What's an English? It's a madam, okay? So I'm an English. Carton pretended to read a paper, but in fact, he was listening to the conversation between Defarge and his wife, and the third person was there, Jacques 3. Madame Defarge remarked on the resemblance of the Carton to Charles. He looks just like Evermonde. Soon they forget all these things and continue with the conversation. The Defarge spoke first. One has to stop somewhere. Yes, when they have all had their heads cut off, said Madame Defarge. Jacques 3 agreed in that. Right, quite right. But hasn't the doctor suffered enough? Wife, have you seen his face? Yes, he is no friend of Republic. And his daughter? The pain it must cause him to see her suffer. They recognize what they are going to, that this pain, and they are suffering from different issues. Have you forgotten husband, the family, and the Marquis, which is going to be murdered? They were my family, my brother, my sister, and my husband. So don't tell me where to stop. Tell me the wind and the fire. When he heard this, Carton knew that little Lucy, and Dr. Manette had to leave for the France immediately, and the Madame Defarge would not stop anything to see them dead alongside with Charles. He paid all his bill and left. On the way to Lucy's house, he stopped at Tellson's bank and collected Mr. Lorry and Jerry Cruncher. Then they arrived at Dr. Manette and had again replaced to his shoemaker's reality. Let me get to the work. Where are my tools? Everyone tried in vain to comfort the old man, but there was little they could do. Carton decided to privately discuss that situation with Mr. Lorry. The two men sat down while Dr. Manette paced nervously about the room. His unsteady stride caused him to stumble and knock over a small case in which he kept his personal documents. A Carton bent and picked it up and fell upon to reveal the solution of that problem. At that time, Mr. Lorry gave a certificate to a law doctor, Lucy, and the child to get out of Paris. The doctor must have noted yesterday and this. Then he stopped talking and he put his hand in his pocket and took the similar piece of paper. This is my pass, Mr. Lorry. Take this pass and get ready to leave from the country at once. Mr. Lorry reacted with concern, fully concerned that are they in danger? I overheard a conversation. Then Defarge shop, and I believe Madame Defarge is preparing to report Lucy and the child to the tribunal. But for what crime? Which kind of crime? According to the new law, anyone who cries over the death that is guilty that themselves be put into the death. So nobody can cry at the time of death. Here further, to will almost certainly have a guilty of this crime, you have to get out of them. I will arrange things today as soon as, and you have to get here tomorrow, then we are going to leave. You have my pass. As soon as my place is taken, leave for England. Do you think I will be able to pursue all these things till Lucy to come? And Dr. Manette, Then you have no choice. Mr. Laurie and I, remember, do not stop for anything. Many lives depend on you. I hope to do my part very well. So here Mr. Laurie say goodbye to all and they have to leave. This is all about our first part of video. Now the second part we will continue in the next part of video. Thank you.